Have you ever noticed that men have they be getting on my fucking nerves. That's just the bottom line. They have this idea that their feelings are so so important that we should like change our whole life and every existence that we have, every interaction we have in a relationship with them to spare their feelings. But the first thing out of their mouth is, well, you women are too emotional. You just think everything runs on emotions and you need to be more logical like men. And it becomes a question of, do they really believe that shit? Do they really honestly think that they aren't emotional creatures? These motherfuckers are so emotional. It's like they need some goddamn pampering. And it's, I'm just like in a fucking amazement. It's like every time you turn around, some over emotional dude is shooting up a school or shooting up an office or shooting up something because he mad. He's want to kill people, kill women, kill children, just whatever, because he's upsetting all of his feelings. And one of the chief things that men cry about in relationships is that they feel like a woman's not paying enough attention to his feelings. She got a big mouth. She mouthy. That word comes up a lot. She always talking smack to me and this and that. And, she's trying to, like, she chases you and she flirts around with other men or something. And then that's like, she's playing with your feelings. I'm like, okay. But what about the stuff that you do with women's feelings when you pretend to have a relationship, you play all these mind games and lie and trick. Oh, see, but they don't want you to have any emotions about that. See, that's not supposed to be a part of the package. But let's talk about men's emotions, the ones that they try to deny that they have and try to make it seem like women are the only ones with emotion. These motherfuckers just be lying to themselves. I don't know if you guys remember in a video a month or two ago, I talked about the genders and lies and the differences in how the lies that men tell and the lies that women tell. And I pointed out that women tell lies generally to protect other people's feelings. They don't want to hurt anybody. They want to be nice. So they will tell lies, to kind of shield people and from the hard, cold truth. Men, that's not their point. That's not at all what they lie to themselves. They lie to themselves because it makes them feel better. And in a situation where, a woman maybe rejected them or something like that, they're going to lie and turn it around in their head to be where there's something wrong with her instead of the fact that they were raggedy and funky and stupid and ugly. And that's why she rejected you. But see, they don't want to say that. But look at this, though. Look at the feelings and the emotions that men have. Let's start with jealousy. Don't they get all in their feelings about that? Want to kill up folks and fight and everything, stalk people about some pussy because they're jealous that you was giving it to somebody else. Let's talk about their that loneliness crew, them true force loneliness folks. They all up in their feelings. They so in their feelings, it's fucking ridiculous. And I just never seen so many dudes all in their feelings about, I don't have nobody want me. Oh, I've been forced into loneliness and horniness because women's standards are just too high and they don't include me. What I'm gonna do? I'm just all by myself. I'm gonna die alone in the basement in the dark with the rats, which is probably where you belong. But nobody owes you shit. What are you all in your feelings like that? That's ridiculous. And the same thing with rejection. Oh man, don't they get in their feelings if you don't want them? Just like, well, why? Well, can't you have a friend? Well, you was ugly anyway. Or they want to hit you with something, throw shit at you, punch you, whatever. People getting stabbed and whatnot for telling dudes to leave them alone. They in their feelings. What about the ones that complain about feeling powerless? They will throw out that word emasculated in a minute. If a woman is too confident, too is their word. If a woman has confidence, if a woman is making shit happen in her life, if she got money, she got a nice ride, she got her own home, she got shit right, she's making it happen, and they're not at her level, they'll be jealous of that and say that she's emasculating them because they don't feel like they can be a man with a woman like that because she doesn't need a man, end quote, whatever that means. So to me that sounds like some emotional bitch shit. Instead of getting upset at her, why don't you man the fuck up? Your shit lagging and all raggedy, fix it. Do something about it. Get your ass back in school or something. I mean, elevate yourself. Don't be mad at her because she's elevated herself and you don't measure up. Get out your feelings, roll your sleeves up, and do some work to make yourself better. But they don't want to do that. They just want to bitch and complain and whine about what you are and that they're not. And let's talk about this. Anger is a feeling. Men love to be angry about anything, everything. All on their own line, they mad about it. There's too many baby mamas. It's, women don't natural hair, you wear weaves. Your underwear don't match. You should give more men a chance. You black women this, you black women that. Okay, I mean, I don't know what the point of that's supposed to be, but all of it represents anger. These dudes, the True Force Loneliness dudes in the dark making videotapes, talking about women getting raped and assaulted and beaten and all this other stuff. I mean, they're full of rage. All of that is emotions, dudes. I don't know what you think it is, but those are your emotions. You're emotional fucking pies. It's like somebody just take a slice of your ass. And it's unbelievable to me that they really want to put that on women when women's emotions are always more loving and gentle and, seeking bonding and understanding. When a woman, when you push her though, and she gets mad, don't say nothing though when she snaps and wants to, kill your ass because you pushed her there. That's why they got that show called Snapped. I just remembered that. But them women just like, what, fuck this shit. This motherfucker's gonna die. And yeah, she in her feelings at that moment. She sure is, but you pushed her there. And let's talk about the dudes who feel resentful. Now, resentment comes into play when you might be in a relationship with them and something happens. Like say you guys you get pregnant. Okay. Now he made you pregnant. You didn't get pregnant by magic. You didn't know pumpkin fell out the sky and landed in your belly. You didn't cheat on him. He knew how to make a baby and he made the baby. Okay. But now he's resentful at you because now I didn't want to be a daddy. You was fucking, motherfucker. You know that's how babies get here. If you didn't want to be a dad, you shouldn't have been fucking. Okay, but they want to be resentful of you, and they want to do this thing that Dr. Boyce was popularizing called a financial abortion. Well, I didn't want the baby, so I shouldn't have to pay child support. Fuck that shit. You should have kept your dick in your pants, and then you wouldn't be having this problem. Under the law, and under every other kind of law that there is known to mankind, if you lay up with a woman and you make a baby, that's your baby, and you're responsible for it financially and in every other way. Now, people be trying to duck and run, but that doesn't mean that you're still not responsible. You've chosen to do something else, but don't be mad at her because your dick jetted out some sperm into her and made a baby. Don't be resentful of her. Be resentful at yourself for being stupid. You played Russian roulette with your dick, and somebody got shot, and now 9 months later, there's the evidence. So I'm like, I don't understand these dudes. But this, I don't really need this to be a long tirade. I just wanted to kind of explore this myth that women are the most emotional gender and that men aren't. Watch dudes when there's a football game on or they bet money on some fight or something. You get to see all kind of emotions. They be crying and shit if their team loses. I mean, real tears. And according to domestic violence abuse statistics, Super Bowl Sunday is the day of the most reported domestic assaults. So these guys get all in their feelings because their team lost, and then they want to go pound on their woman because they mad. So, really think about this, ladies. Don't always absorb the messages that you hear or the video. You hear these videos, you see these posts and comments and articles online where men are telling women, well, y'all are the emotional ones and we're the logical ones. That's like a fucking lie. That is a goddamn lie. Men are 15 times more emotional than any woman could ever be. And I don't know who got that lie started, but if you look at their behavior, it indicates nothing but emotional wrecks walking around on two legs with beards and talking about somebody else being emotional. Look in the mirror, motherfucker. There's the most emotional bitch you could see. It's you. This is Deb Cooper from SurvivingDating.com with a reality check for black men on their emotions. I'll be back with another video because I missed out on yesterday. I was recording my video, and why did my computer crash? I lost everything. I was so pissed I just went to bed. But I'll be making the other one so we round out video a day February with the appropriate number of videos. All right? I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye-bye.